the reality which is happening. If you are really serious about transformation, this is the one and only way. If you just want to play the game, you see, many times, no Swamiji, it's a nice game, so we are playing. There are so many professional seekers come to me, they come and tell me, Swamiji, my seeking is much older than your age. They come and, yesterday also somebody came and told me, I am 1 century ahead of you. That's okay, nothing wrong. Being 1 century ahead of me is nothing, half a century, not one, half a century. Nothing wrong. Another one person told me, my seeking is 1 century, half a century ahead of you. Right, but what have you got? What have you achieved? If you are a professional seeker, just want to do window shopping and just saw the flyer somewhere, oh, nice Swami, let's go and see what he says. If you have come to check out, then okay, you don't need any meditation or anything or any of these great teachings. You can just sit and listen. If you are really sincere, serious about the business of transformation, if you are really serious, then this is the only way. Let you understand. Now we will work step by step to take this understanding into your deeper layer and show you exactly how what I am saying is truth. How this is truth in your inner space. Now I presented this truth in front of you. We will work in every step, in the level of guilt, in the level of fear, in the level of desire. We will just see how there are so many thousands of thoughts and you pick up some thoughts and connect with each other and create your desire and run behind that and make your life hell, thinking that it will give you joy and finally it gives only pain, and even then you are not ready to give up your belief, and again just because you started believing, you are afraid to give up. If you give up, then you have nothing else to do. The fear of not doing anything else or fear of being alone, that drives you crazy. How you create step by step your hell beautifully or in an ugly way. Not beautifully, ugly way. We will see how you are creating your hell. The moment you understand how you create your hell, naturally you will stop creating. That's enough. You don't need to start creating your heaven, because heaven is. Heaven is existing. All you need to do is just stop creating hell for yourself and for others. You are not only creating for you, you create for others also. Because you feel lonely in your hell. You call your neighbors also, please come, please come. Why don't you share a little bit? Why not? Let's share our space. You are not feeling comfortable when you are alone. That is why I say, all your relationship is nothing but creating more and more intimate enemies. You create more and more intimate enemies. Let it be very clear. By your very nature, you are unclutched, unconnected, illogical, independent, and completely unclutched thoughts. We will take this truth layer by layer and experience it. If you experience this moment, if you understand this moment, nothing else is necessary. Actually, this is enough. We are done. If you understand this moment, and if you are feeling, yes, nothing more to do, then this is done. This is enough. Nothing else is necessary. But sometime we need to throw the light at every corner. To every corner. There are so many dark corners in your being. We'll throw light to every corner so that your being can become completely enlightened. Completely enlightened. Now, first few things to be understood in the physical level, in the Annamaya Kosha. Just very simple, basic to understanding. Then you will understand how you are stopping the growth or the rejuvenation self-healing process by thinking and connecting and creating shafts. Every moment, constantly your thoughts are creating your body. That's the first thing. Next thing, your body is guided by your beliefs and emotions. First thing, your body is created by your body, by your mind and thoughts. Next thing, it is guided by your emotions and beliefs which you are carrying. There is a beautiful book written by Bruce Lipton, Biology of Belief. It's a beautiful book. After a long research, he says, your body is not guided by cells and as we are all made to believe in biology, your body is not guided by cells. You are not just a biomechanism. He says you are guided by your belief and your emotions. And he goes further deep to explain step by step everything. Anyhow, 5,000 years ago, Patanjali is very clear. He says very clearly, just by ichcha matra, just by your desire, you create your sharira. Just by your desire, you create your body and you can destroy or you can do whatever you want with your body. Now, understand with this truth of you being unclutched. If we understand that your body is being created every moment by your thoughts, by your emotions, why are we continuously carrying diseases? Why are we again and again bring our diseases back? And one more thing, according to biology, you are creating your body, you are rejuvenating your body continuously. Your liver is replaced once in 6 months. Your complete intestine system is replaced once in 21 days. Constantly you are replacing yourself. You are rejuvenating yourself. Then why are we holding on to our diseases? Because of your old mental setup. When you believe in something, when you create an identity, when you start believing the identity which you are carrying about yourself, the continuity of identity creates the same kind of body. So the problem which is in your identity happens in your body. If you don't drop that identity, the body also continuously suffers. Even the new body which you create will be the same old problem. Constantly you are creating body with diseases. If you can understand and relax with this truth, if you can understand and relax with this one truth, you are unclutched. You will rejuvenate your body and you will create a new body. That's what Shiva says, be born anew. By understanding this truth, be born anew. Whether you have pain or any suffering, just completely unclutch yourself and see the pain which you experienced 10 days ago, the pain which you experienced 9 days ago, the pain which you experienced yesterday. Do not connect them and give a label. Just be very clear, something is happening in that area. Something is happening in my body. Do not label. Do not start believing I have continuous pain. The moment you start believing you have continuous pain, you have created problem. Even if you get rid of that pain, you will be waiting for that pain. Oh, that pain has gone, but I don't know when it will come back. Inside your mind, you don't believe that it has gone once for all. You will wait to bring that pain back. You are waiting to get hurt. You are waiting to get the disease. You are just silently, patiently meditating for the disease to come inside. That is what you are doing. Waiting for the disease, particular disease to come in means you are meditating. You are just waiting for it to come inside. You are just asking, oh, when it will come, I don't know. When it will come, I don't know. It's almost like meditating for God. You are meditating for pains. You are meditating for diseases. When you create even one shaft, one idea, you have this problem, you have that problem. Constantly you will be bringing it back. Even when you don't have, you will not be able to believe that you are not having. You will not be able to believe you are not having. You can see in your life, in the young age, if your mother teaches you, if you are taught by your mother, if you go in the rain, you will have wheezing. After you grow, even after you become old, you don't even have to go in the rain. Just see the rain through the window, you will sneeze. The moment you see the rain through the window, you will start sneezing. And sometimes by mistake you may not observe and you may not sneeze. You may not sneeze. But even then, oh, it's raining, but somehow I am not feeling any problem. I am not feeling cold. Why? What happened? Nowadays I became all right or what? Constantly you suspect and meditate for 2 days till it comes to you. Till it comes, we will be constantly meditating, because the moment you start believing something, the moment you start connecting that shaft and start believing, even if it doesn't happen, you are not comfortable. You wanted that shaft to be executed. Only then you feel that identity is safe. You are ready to do, you are ready to sacrifice anything to protect your identity. Be very clear. Including your body. You are ready to do anything to protect your identity. You can see in your life. To protect, that is the last thing which you want to lose. You don't want to lose the identity. To protect the identity, you will do anything. Actually, people can sacrifice anything. It is easy to sacrifice wealth. It is easy to sacrifice money. It is easy to sacrifice wife, because it is constantly hurting. It is easy to sacrifice all these things. But it is not easy to sacrifice the identity. It is very easy to sacrifice things which is hurting. I have seen many people, they will give up all their wealth, everything, and run away to Himalayas. They will be sitting in Himalayas, but they will give up, they would have given up so many things, but they will not give up the seat in which they are sitting. In the Himalayas, in the temples I have seen, they will fight for the place where they sit. They would have given up so many things, but they won't be able to give up that chair or the seat where they are sitting, or that kamandalu. Every day they will be wiping and washing that kamandalu. 10 times they will be cleaning, and it will be shining, but they will be cleaning. They would have given up so many things, but they can't give up that kamandalu. And even if they are, somehow if they manage to give up this kamandalu also, they can't give up that identity. I am this, I am that. It is very difficult to give up the identity. You will sacrifice anything for identity. All your diseases are nothing but sacrificing your body for the sake of your identity. When you start believing you have an identity, when you start believing you are somebody, according to that belief, you alter your body. According to that belief, you force yourself to act. Your body creates or maintains particular disease according to the identity which you create. According to the beliefs which you create about your body. Tiredness, chronic fatigue, all these things are directly related to this shaft. If you start believing, see, yesterday's tiredness and day before yesterday's tiredness or tiredness which you experienced 1 month ago, they are complete independent experiences. But when you start connecting all of them and seeing, by 8 o'clock I will become tired. If you create a shaft, by 6 o'clock itself you will start preparing your mind. Hey, it is becoming 8 o'clock. I have to fulfill my belief. I have to fulfill my faith. I have to fulfill my identity. You have to fulfill your identity. You start creating the dullness or lethargic feeling by 6 o'clock itself. You have to prove your identity because you created it. Sometimes you may forget to prove your identity to the outer world, but you will never miss to prove the identity to yourself. Because if the outer world doesn't believe your identity is also is okay, but you yourself start suspecting your identity is too dangerous, you will never let that happen. Be very clear. I am exposing all the cunning games you are playing with yourself. All the games which you are playing with yourself, you will never let down your identity with yourself. Because without that identity, you will be afraid what to do, how to be. You need to be. You can't be without anything. So you have to be somebody. So create some identity. All your identity is a pure myth. You see, I can generalize and tell you these are the usual problems which you suffer in the Annamaya Kosha, in the first layer, because of your identity and because of the belief or because you connect and see the shaft. If you can come up with your questions, now we will have few minutes. Either you can share some of your understanding, how you are creating shaft and suffering related to this Annamaya Kosha, and how you understand about that now. You can share your understanding, or you can put some question. You can ask some question. Anything related to this Annamaya Kosha, we will analyze now. Layer by layer we will analyze. Otherwise, all the questions at a time, we will forget the truth which we are supposed to understand. Layer by layer, we will understand, we will throw light and we will apply the same truth and try to liberate ourselves from the shaft which we are creating or which we are thinking we are creating. Again, whether that shaft exists or not, we don't know. But we constantly think we have created that shaft. So now we will take few minutes to share. You can share some of your understanding now, or you can put any question. To share some of your understanding, you need the courage to laugh at the drama or the game which you are playing. If you don't have the courage, you can't open up. Because again you will be protecting the identity which you are carrying. Only if you feel courageous enough to laugh at the foolish drama which we are constantly doing, only if you understand it is really a foolish drama. Otherwise, you can carry on, no problem. Only when you understand the foolish drama which you are doing in the name of identity which you are carrying, then only you will be able to laugh at it. You will be able to open what you are doing or how you are playing with this shaft.